Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. And on this channel we talk about all things fandom and we talk about them in a positive way. If that's something that appeals to you, you've come to the right place and we're happy to have you here. This is normally Throwback Thursday, but today we have to talk about the Scream 6 trailer and some of the things that were in it and what I think could be happening because of that. So let's jump right into it. Now, if you haven't seen this trailer, you should definitely check it out. It opens up with them in the convenience store. So we get the fact that the convenience store isn't some stab movie, but an actual thing. That the ghost face in this is the real ghost face, or at least one of the real ghost faces. But we'll get to that later. Now, the thing of it is that this ghost face comes into the convenience store. They're being chased, a la Jason Voorhees chasing the two survivors in the whole Jason Takes Manhattan movie. So they're being chased in New York. They go into the convenience store. Basically, the people in the convenience store are shocked when Ghostface walks in with a knife. He starts to do his thing. Innocent people, by the way, not anybody related to any of the other people, as it previously has been in all the Scream movies. There's always this kind of list that he has of people who have some connection to the past, and that doesn't seem to be true here, at least not in terms of the convenience store case. So what happens is he ends up getting the clerk's shotgun, and then we get to see him use the shotgun. Now, that's the thing about that, is that it is not from some stab movie. It's actually the real Ghostface. So a lot of people got that wrong. But that's a good thing when that's happening in a movie, when you're getting it wrong. It tells you that this movie needs to be looked at closer, that this movie is going to defy some expectations, and perhaps in a good way. Now, the other big thing that happens in the trailer is he's talking to Gale Weathers. And Gale Weathers makes the statement that there are at least 10 other people who have tried this and they have all failed. It never ends up good for the Ghostface people. And so he says, I'm not like the other ones. I'm something different. To which she goes, that's why I'm going to shoot you in the head. Well, she shoots at the closet, opens the closet, and he comes out. And presumably, at least the way it looks in the commercial, stabs her, although I don't think that's the case. However, whoever it was in the background, Gale Weathers' little boyfriend, is not going to have been so lucky. Because while she's talking on the phone to him, we actually see the blurry screen of the Ghostface killer getting her boyfriend or whatever, just killing him outright. We see this happen. We know he's going to be dead. He's not going to be some Dewey situation where he just pops up after being stabbed. That's not what's going to happen here. And then we actually do get to see our girl Kirby in it. And Kirby tells these survivors, after they're explaining how they survived, she goes, looks like we have some of the same trauma. Now, that's kind of telling in a way, because that brings us to the theories. Those couple things are all kind of going to fit into the theory. But the one other thing that's important is that there is an entire museum or warehouse or situation where they have all the Ghostface masks, all the Ghostface weapons, all of the outfits worn by other characters, the previous victims, and they have them all in this one little place. Now, the reason why we don't really know, but at some point in the movie, the Ghostface or Ghostfaces actually go in there and take these masks. And they're going to be using them. I don't think we're dealing with one killer here, but something that Kirby says has led a couple people to believe that possibly Kirby could be the killer in this movie. And people are doing that whole, did they just expose the killer? Well, we know from every other Scream movie that we're usually wrong when we think they exposed the killer. So I do want to kind of nip that one in the bud, because I don't think that that's a real thing. I don't think that Kirby is going to be the killer in this movie. Although, how cool would that be? Let's play devil's advocate for a second and realize how cool that might actually be. Kirby, who has been previously traumatized, is now seeing the daughter of the man who is responsible for beginning this entire mess, at least in terms of Woodsboro and killing everyone that she knew, Billy Loomis is still the main guy. And, now she meets Billy Loomis's daughter, and maybe this is enough to throw her over the edge. However, it doesn't explain away this museum of artifacts, this museum of things to do with the Scream movies, with the Stab movies in general. Because yes, there are actually things from the Stab movies in this museum. So it's not all just things from the victims themselves, but also from the killers and things from the Stab movie as well. So when we're seeing this doesn't fit in with that whole Kirby is the killer. So let's kind of cross that one out right now, because it doesn't seem like that's gonna fit. If Kirby was the killer, yes, she is a horror movie fan. Yes, she knows all the movie references. But I don't think that she really would sit there and collect all of this stuff enough to make a shrine to Ghostface, not after what it's cost her in her life. I don't think that Kirby is the killer, but I do, however, think that this cult thing that people have going around, that part of it could be true. When you look at the situation, I think we are dealing at least with more than one killer, with 3 killers or more at this point. I believe that they are working together for a common goal. A lot of the rumors that I've been hearing are saying that it's sort of a true crime type of motive this time. And why not? The sequel, reboot, / thing was going on. They kind of jumped on the bandwagon with that too. And had the motive be that people wanted to remake the original movie because they were upset with how it went down. They wanted it to take it back to its origin and have it mean something. And how the reboot and remakes were no longer doing things for any of the fans. So it became this whole fan-oriented thing. And I think that that could possibly be a motive here too. I think that what we could see happen is that they could actually be these reality true crime fans that are actually in this just to be able to live through this true crime. Because while the whole remake, reboot thing was big last year, the next big thing does appear to be true crime. There are a lot of true crime movies that have gained some attention. Mainly one of them being the whole Jeffrey Dahmer one, which actually caused a lot of controversy and praise. So while it caused controversy and praise, that would be the perfect thing for them to steal as a motive for this movie. So I think that might be what we are dealing with, sort of this cult of true crime fanatics who want to live through this, who want to get that experience, who want to see the true crime element of it be retold. Now that could be very funny, that could be very weird, but I think that might be our motive this time. I don't think that we have anything to worry about with Kirby being the killer. I do, however, find it odd that we have this museum of different artifacts, and I don't think it belongs to just one person. And I'm actually on the fence whether I think it belongs to more than 2. So that's what I think, guys. So we want to know what you guys think. Leave us a comment in the comment box below. Also, share this video with all of your friends so they could be a part of the conversation as well. And then go ahead and hit that like button. It helps the channel and we appreciate it. Miko says we need more subscribers and you don't want to disappoint Miko. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell while you're down there as well. And then at the end of the day, friends, I know it, you know it, and yes, even Miko knows it. Fandom is family.